My name is Michelle Catnick, and I am the greenhouse manager here at Moana Nursery. Today, I will be showing you how to transplant succulents. Succulents are one of my favorite houseplants. There are so many different kinds, and they're very easy to care for. So before we get started, I will go over all of the supplies that you will need. First, you want to choose a pot that is the appropriate size for your succulents. Since succulents have fairly shallow roots, you want to make sure that you don't choose a pot that's too deep or too big. You also want to make sure that there is a hole on the bottom of your pot to allow for proper drainage. Next, you want to choose a good potting soil that is specifically for cactus and succulents. We recommend this Gardener Bloom cactus planting mix. Since succulents like a fairly dry environment, you want to make sure you choose a soil that does not retain too much water. The next thing that you'll want to choose is a top dressing. That can be anything from gravel, decorative rock, or marbles. This will just add a nice finishing touch to your pot. And then, of course, you want to choose your succulents. If the hole seems a little bit too large, you can always put some mesh tape or something similar just to cover the hole so some of the soil doesn't fall out, but the water still is allowed to go through it. So then you can begin filling up your pot. And you want to fill it up almost to the top, but not quite so much so you still have enough room to add some soil on later. Once you have enough, then you want to arrange your succulents as the way that you would like to plant them. You want to have the design set up before you start planting them so you know exactly where you want them to go. Once you like your design, you can then start to remove the succulents from their containers. Now the best way to do that is if they're in plastic, you can just slightly squeeze the sides to loosen up any of that soil, turn it on its side, and gently pull it out of its container. You want to make sure you don't pull too hard so you don't damage any of the leaves or pull the roots out of the plant. Once you've done that, you want to start to remove some of that existing soil from its old container. Now you want to do this very gently so you don't damage any of the roots. This will just allow the succulents to adjust to the new container a little bit better. And once you're ready, you can start placing them into the container. Put a room, just put them into the soil a little bit. Place some of the roots down into the soil, and that will give them a head start on settling into their new home. Now once they're placed in, you can begin filling the pot with the rest of the soil. A little bit breaks off, it's not a big deal. Now you still want to leave a little bit of room on top, so when you were to water it, the soil doesn't start to come out of the top of the container. Once you have enough soil and your succulents seem to be fit in, it's time for the final steps. And that would be to remove any of the soil that might have gotten on the leaves of the succulent, and then to add your top dressing. So you can either use a little brush and gently wipe the soil off the leaves, or I like to use this baster, and this will kind of just fan out whatever soil might be getting in those little nooks. Now you can add your top dressing. This is just a great way to make your container pop and add some extra color and textures. So it is best to let your succulents sit in the new environment without watering for maybe a day or two, just so the roots are able to adjust to its new home. And then after that, you can water it in and you're ready to enjoy. Thanks for watching.